Hey everyone, Letitia here, coming to you from my neighborhood park in Toronto. I am not at Queen's Park today simply because I have some very time sensitive stuff to take care of today, so I'm not able to attend the Queen's Park Freedom Rally today. However, the rally is still on. Everybody's meeting on the north end of Queen's Park, so in case you're seeing this right now and you're wondering where our friends are, again, it's the north end of Queen's Park, north of the legislature building, where the white statue is, so the very north end of Queen's Park. And of course, I'm assuming they're gonna have the usual freedom rally. So again, I apologize, I'm not able to be at Queen's Park today, but I want to send my virtual support. And I will be at the freedom rally in Kitchener tomorrow, which takes place starting at 12 p.m. In Victoria Park in Kitchener. I want to support the efforts there, and I look forward to meeting some of the local freedom-loving people in Kitchener. And of course, rallies are still happening in Hamilton tomorrow at Bayfront Park starting at 12 p.m. St. Catharines is also having a freedom rally tomorrow starting at 12 p.m. Please check out Colin McDonald's wall for the location on that rally. And many other cities across Canada are having rallies this weekend. Please have a look at HugsOverMasks.ca. So in addition to that, as you may have seen or heard, there is a massive event being planned for next Saturday, and it is on next Saturday, August 29th in Ottawa. Myself and many other patriots from Ontario will be joining our brothers and sisters from Quebec for this massive event. We're expecting as many as 200,000 people to show up. The event is being organized by the Line Canada Patriotic Organization, in addition to our the patriotic groups in Quebec, which, as you know, have organized massive rallies in the Montreal area for the past 2 weekends. So I hope you can join us. The event starts at 12 p.m. Prepared speeches will be starting at 2 p.m. Again, this is next Saturday, August 29th on Parliament Hill in Ottawa. I hope to be able to see you there. I look forward to it. It's going to be an amazing event. I was there for the July 1st Freedom Rally on Parliament Hill, and that was an incredible experience. And we had maybe, in my estimation, 4,000 to 6,000 people. According to the OPP, there were 10,000 people there. So pretty awesome. Ottawa will be amazing. Look forward to seeing you there. One other thing I wanted to share, and again, I'm going to keep it brief, but at last Saturday's Freedom Rally in Toronto, I was approached by a concerned Canadian. This gentleman cannot go public because of his work. However, he's doing what he can behind the scenes, and he followed up with a very thorough email. He had told me that he had been in touch with many of the local politicians, and he's trying to do what he can. And again, this is something all of us can do, even those of you who may not feel comfortable going as public as myself and others have been going. So he sent me, yes, Jason, Ottawa, that's going to be so amazing. I'm looking forward to it. It's really an amazing feeling to be with so many freedom-loving people. And again, the Quebec contingent, our Quebec patriots are doing us all so proud. It's absolutely emotional and moving. And I hope you saw the footage I posted, and Kellyanne was there, as well as Tony from the Line Canada. It's going to be amazing. So guys, I wanted to share with you this very thorough and informative email that this gentleman Jonathan sent me, dealing with how to approach our local politicians. And the reason is because obviously it is our politicians that are passing all these mandates that are against our human rights. So this is what he had to say. As I've mentioned, I've been corresponding with a number of different politicians. Most of the local/city politicians want to do the right thing. Many MPs, depending on the MP, also do, but they are afraid of going out on a limb without the correct support. And again, we all know what happened with Belinda Carolampos, I believe her last name is. She was a conservative MPP who ended up getting kicked out of the Conservative caucus because of speaking out against the lockdown measures. But in any case, or voting against Bill 195. Anyway, that's just my parenthesis. So the rallies, etc., are great. This is what Jonathan is saying. However, it's important to work with the politicians as well and contact them directly in a polite and informative fashion. Many are just as scared and uninformed as the general public, but trying to do the best with the information they have. Your purpose is to educate them so they can make much better decisions. This is because of media. The media is manipulating the public into panicking through inaccurate and misleading reporting. We all know about that, and it's happening all over the world because, you know, all the media companies are literally owned by 5 families. Watch the Thrive documentary. Anyway, there are also paid actors / disruptors to feed the fear narrative, which results in lost rights and freedoms. So according to this Concerned Canadian, most politicians fall into one of 4 categories. Number 1, politician believes the media and genuinely believes they are doing the right thing by doing things like mandatory masking. Number 2, politician doesn't believe the media but is publicly bullied, pressured, or shamed by the media into doing things like mandatory masking. Number 3, politician doesn't care one way or another, just simply looks at who is complaining the most and does what they want. Number 4, there are of course a few, not so many at the lower level, he says, that do know what is going on and personally benefit from what is going on and want it to continue. And we all know, the scandals that Mr. Turdo and his buddy, Mr. Morneau, have been involved with. Thank goodness Morneau stepped down. So what Jonathan says is the first types are people that are willing to listen and do the right thing. I've heard from politicians who have told me it is mainly a lot of people screaming, quote unquote, at them through phone calls, emails, etc., to not infect, quote unquote, their children, etc. So there's a lot of bullying from uninformed citizens. And of course, there's the paid media as well. So in order to combat this, this is what Jonathan suggests, that the politicians have asked him for links or copies of authoritative information from doctors, scientists, psychologists, etc. The material can be things like white papers, PDF files, official reports from doctors, scientists, psychologists that talk about the detriment of social distancing, excessive hand washing, mandatory mask wearing. So this is so they can refer the public to authoritative sources and calm the fear and panic, as opposed to, that the media is generating. So again, if you know anyone who has made a video, ask them to also state their credentials, whether they are a scientist or a PhD or what have you, or a doctor. Again, so links to authoritative information, infographics, and I'm gonna tag our, yes, I will copy and paste this email because it's very thorough. I will copy and paste it to as a link to this post, as well as as a comment, or I'll see how I can post it to the video. Yeah, he also suggests using infographics, and I know our friend Colin is amazing at dissecting all these scientific reports and putting them into beautiful infographics, pictures, bar charts, etc., that can easily illustrate what a technical document is about. So for example, you might want to have a bar chart showing coronavirus infections next to TB infections, and ask them why the world is shut down over something that is significantly less deadly. Again, include sources and references. And again, what Jonathan suggests is that myself and any other concerned Canadians do send emails about how these lockdown measures have personally affected us. Things such as mandatory masking, stories from the community, request that a motion be made to remove the mandatory masking bylaw because it is ineffective and causes more problems than it solves. They need to hear from citizens. And you know what? I know that at least early when this whole situation started, many of us did send emails. We didn't hear back, so we kind of gave up on it. We need to keep the pressure on these politicians and trust that at least some of them are trying to do the right thing. And again, Jonathan recommends interacting with them and others on social media accounts, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and defending them if a journalist or others attempt to attack them when they're trying to do the right thing. They need visible support if they are going to make a decision that goes against what the media is pressuring them to do. In addition to that, Jonathan brought my attention to the fact that today is August 22nd. August 22nd, Lethbridge, Yellowknife, and Lambton, Ontario are, I believe that's in Ontario, lambtononline.ca. So there are 3 municipalities that are about to pass mandatory masking bylaws. We need to put pressure, especially residents in those municipalities. Again, Lethbridge, Alberta, Yellowknife, and Lambton are about to pass mandatory mask bylaws. And again, the concern that Jonathan is stating is that, the mandatory mask bylaw is simply a step towards this second lockdown that is being advertised and publicized by the media. And the more, if we acquiesce to the mask, of course, the danger is that other heavier things are coming, such as the mandatory vaccine that everybody is obviously legitimately concerned about. And again, Jonathan recommends that we are very polite Again, send facts, but don't just send a 50-page document with no comments. Say things such as, this document proves that statistics are manipulated, or this document shows how masks make people sick, link, etc., right? Share personal stories. Ask what specific action you want them to take. For example, don't pass the mandatory masking bylaw. Let people decide for themselves. And request but not demand specific deadlines, let's say within the next 2 weeks. And finally, thank them. And again, Jonathan says that mandatory masking appears to have absolutely nothing to do with protecting someone's health, nor does hand washing, social isolation. Those of us who have been doing our research already know about that. And again, he also recommends contacting municipalities that currently have mandatory mask bylaws, such as Toronto, and asking them to remove it. Ask them to make a motion to remove it at the next city council meeting. So that is a possibility. And again, contact city councilors and the mayor and let them know that you do not want the bylaw extended and your reasons for such a request. Numbers speak volumes. The more people you can get writing, communicating with the council, the more likely you are to get action. And again, remember to be extremely polite and courteous. Mayors and councilors are people too. They have families, many are scared, many are uninformed, just like most other people. While some may be making poor decisions, most of them are doing the best they have with the information they have available. Your purpose is to educate them so that they can make better and more informed decisions. The problem is not a lack of information. The problem is they're being bombarded by information from extremely biased and manipulative media outlets, as well as uninformed citizens acting emotionally. So that's the end of that email that I wanted to share with you guys. Again, I will copy and paste it because I think it's really great and it gives a lot of good pointers. And again, this is a gentleman that he himself has been in touch with his local politicians and encourages us to do the same and not to give up on them. I know there was the letter writing campaign organized by Glorious and Free earlier in this pandemic. Speaking of pandemic, guys, if you haven't seen the documentary, I highly recommend it. You can still watch it at freedomplatform.tv/ I think it is, yeah, freedomplatform.tv/movie. It's just a bombshell of a documentary. It's just, it covers a lot of things. Some of the things obviously we've already learned about, but there was some new information in there. Honestly, it's like too much to tell. It's an hour and a half of just full-on exposés, you know. So blessings to the documentary filmmaker, blessings to the entire production team, and of course to London Real, Brian Rose of London Real, and the entire London Real army for having an outlet to put forth this extremely important information. So thanks everyone for tuning in. I do wish our crew at Queen's Park an amazing freedom rally today, and I look forward to meeting some of you in Kitchener tomorrow. Again, Victoria Park, Kitchener, starting at 12 p.m. And I wish you all awesome freedom rallies, and I wish everyone an awesome rest of the weekend. Take care. Blessings, everyone.